Good morning, Salem. I'm Carissa Leland, and joining me at the news desk today is Alyssa Romanovitz.
Today, we will be covering a lot of topics, including an update on COVID protocols, a look at the girls' hockey team, a profile on the forensics class, and much more.
Starting us off today, as many of you know, COVID has greatly affected our lives, especially here at school. From masks to shields to social distancing, it's been a big difference. Here's Tessa to tell us all more about COVID protocols at Salem High School.
Hi, I'm Tessa Sobolewski talking to you about COVID safety and protocols here at SHS.
We've definitely seen more students since COVID. We're just asking students not to come into the building sick. Unfortunately, either that is happening or they're getting sick throughout the day. So we're a little less tolerant this year about sicknesses. So we definitely see a lot of kids this year. In school, in the nurse office, we have a sick isolation room. I think masks may be around for some time. Hopefully not next year, but I think maybe the remainder of this year, but we'll see. But definitely, the distancing and all of that will still be important for any kind of illness, but I think COVID eventually will relax and we can hopefully all get back to normal.
When we were meeting over the summertime prior to rolling out the opening plan for this school year, we really thought about, how do we want to do a balance between a traditional school year, which most students would be able to relate with, but also trying to determine what safety protocols do we need in place. The goal also was to remove all shields, plexiglass out of the classrooms and only put them in the lunch area so that way students could feel comfortable. As we do this interview, it is likely that a lot of the protocols will stay in place, but of course, as data comes our way, data from the county, our own town, the state, we look at absenteeism in our building when it comes to staff and students, COVID rates, all that will be considered, and we'll pivot any direction and make any changes based on that data. I'm happy that we went into the school year as far as not having the shields in the classrooms, but the mask question is a really difficult question due to a number of, the virus and the different variants that are out there, the strains, and the exposure rates. So I think it's really difficult. I don't foresee that happening this school year, but I remain optimistic that in the future that we'll be able to remove our masks.
And that was a few teachers on COVID safety and protocols here at SHS. Don't forget to mask up, Salem.
Thank you, Tessa, for showing us how our staff is handling COVID at school. COVID has kept us from doing certain things here at school, but I'm so happy that the girls' hockey team is still able to practice. Let's talk to Grace and see what she has to show us about the girls' hockey team.
Hi, I'm Grace Brito reporting at the Ice Center. Today we're here to talk to some of the members of the girls' hockey team on their thoughts and feelings on the team this year.
I love them. They're so much fun. We scrimmage and everyone is friendly and we pick up on things fast. I told Grace in 7th grade when she said she wanted to make a team that if she got a team that I would play. And then I played when I was a kid, and it's not running, it's skating, so it's fancy.
A great group of girls is doing this, and it's just such an awesome opportunity to kind of be pioneers in this whole process. And it's my senior year, so I think just being able to do this sport, which I've kind of wanted to do since I was a kid, although I'm not a great skater, is just a great opportunity, and I was so excited when I found out that we were going to have a team.
I've been asking for 2.5 years now, and I just kept pushing forward with it till it happened. I had help from my friends and family, but I did a lot of the work.
I joined girls hockey because I wanted to play hockey.
By my sister, Grace Hoover. No, she said with some help from her friends and definitely with all the girls on the team, she couldn't do it without them, but she's the one that pushed it through.
Personally, I think this season's going to be a great one. I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I'm Grace Brito, reporting to you back at the desk.
Thank you, Grace. Girls hockey looks so fun. We have so many fun clubs and classes at our school. One of those fun classes is Plant and Animal Science, which our own Jillian Masterbirdie had the chance to check out earlier this week.
Hi, this is Jillian Masterbirdie, and today we're going to check out the Salem High School Plant and Animal Life classes. Hi, my name's Colleen Tobin. I teach plant and animal science. The course itself is divided into two sort of different segments. The first half of the class, kids typically take care of an animal at a station, and they will rotate throughout their stations. So they may take care of a hedgehog, the snake, bunnies, or be in the greenhouse. And they're going to clean, feed, socialize with that animal, give them some interaction. While they're there, they are going to be responsible for doing a quick little look over how is the animal's behavior, what is their body condition, just make sure that they're doing okay physically, mentally, emotionally, and they have to journal about that. The second half of class is like any other academic class here in Salem. We do notes, we do book readings, we do articles. We kind of focus on botany. We also look at sort of where does our food come from. We'll look at certain animals that are part of our livestock, so cattle, pigs, chickens, things like that, and kind of focus a little bit on becoming knowledgeable consumers about, what do some of these terms mean, where does their food come from, how important is it to them to kind of get quality food. So we have quizzes and things like that.
This is Elliot. He's a 3-year-old corn snake. I've learned he's very calm. He's actually never bit anyone in the 3 years that we've had him. He's the most well-behaved snake I've ever met in my life. He seems to like you. I've learned how to take care of animals. So if I wanted to go into like a zoo or an aquarium or something like that, I know how to take care of all the animals in there. I've learned how to appreciate different types of animals, how they have emotions and feelings just like us. And they have their own personalities, like Elliot, who's very curious.
This is Jillian Mashbirdie and Pudge. Have anything to say? Back to you.
Wow, that class looks so interesting. Speaking of fun classes, one of the many science classes you can take at SHS is forensics. Yali Islander tells us more about what this class is all about.
Hi, I'm Yali Islander, and I'm with Joey Hayes and Emily Watson, and we are going to be interviewing science professionals and students about what forensics is. Thank you.
Okay, so it's basically the study, it's like forensic science, so it's like crime scene science, basically. So we learn about like evidence, how you find evidence, what types of evidence there are. We focus on different types of cases sometimes. Right now we're learning about fingerprints, and we got to actually take our own fingerprints and learn what kind of prints we have and how unique they are or something. I like that it's you can apply to the real world. There's a lot of stuff that can be actually applicable to stuff going outside of the real world.
Forensics is the study of how science can be applied to the law, and it utilizes sciences like biology, physics, and chemistry to solve legal questions. I love it because it's interesting, it's always changing, there's always current events that relate to forensics that we can learn about and see how the science advances over time. It applies to the law because it allows for suspects to be connected to a crime scene or the identification of victims through fingerprint identification methods, and we'll learn a lot about different techniques that can be used to lift fingerprints from a variety of surfaces, both chemical and physical techniques.
What's your favorite case? Do you have, if you have one?
I honestly don't have one. There's so many different cases that are intriguing for a variety of different reasons.
Forensics is a science course that is offered as an upper level science elective. We examine scientific techniques utilized in crime scene investigation and solving crimes. It's really interesting because a lot of the activities that we do in class are hands-on, so we do a lot of lab work, we use microscopes, we burn fibers, we do blood spatter, we're doing fingerprinting now, so a lot of physical work, which is very different from some of the other science courses that we have. And then I think it's very interesting for those people that are interested in true crime, anyone who's thinking about maybe pursuing a career in criminal justice or with police, it would be a good, or wildlife management, like working for Fish and Game. it would be helpful for you to learn some forensic investigation techniques. I think that when we look at some of the things that we examine in forensics, we do a lot of case studies. I personally, this sounds kind of morbid, but I think serial killers and true crime is very interesting. I think one of the things we're going to try to introduce this year is like a forensic psychology unit towards the end of the year, which will talk a little bit about the mentality of people that commits these types of crimes and how forensic investigators can utilize psychological profiles in order to pin down what type of criminals they're looking for. So I'm really excited. That's in the works for this year, and that's new. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Forensic science in the news.
My leg.
This week's CTE Spotlight is on our TV class here at the high school. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes week after week. Here's an inside look at TV and media production.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Kaplan with SHS Today, and we're in front of the TV and media production class asking students what they like best and how they like the class.
I've really enjoyed my experiences with the class. Mr. Hazel's a great guy. He really lets us have fun and we learn a lot.
I like the people in the class and getting to work with different groups as a team.
I really like being an anchor for the news segments. It's really fun.
So yeah, TV media production, it's a 2-year program. In TV1, the kids come in and they learn some of the basics. Some kids have taken an intro level class before, so they know a little bit about it. But we try and do some fun projects to start off. There's this Halloween PSA project, which is a lot of fun. The kids did really well this year. And now we're in obviously this broadcast journalism unit where we're learning news production. And then we will transition into film production where they make short films. But all in all, it's a great class. This year's TV1's a great group. And it's a lot of fun with them, and they're really learning really fast how to put together a broadcast news project. I'm not sure they love it the most, but they're learning some pretty cool skills about that stuff. So TV2's a little bit different in that the big focus in the spring is the video yearbook, and so we try and get through a bunch of projects in the fall. And they're right now also working on New Hampshire High School Short Film Festival, where we hope to compete and do really well.
And that's it for the TV and media production class today. Back to the studio.
Our TV class is full of different people with so many different ideas. It's a great course and it's a lot of fun. Turning now to the arts, band concert season is upon us. Emily Ahern brings us more on the band shows.
Good morning, I'm Emily Ahern reporting from Salem High School, and today we talked to some band kids about their upcoming concert.
Well, marching band is, I wouldn't say very difficult, it's just very time consuming with all like the rehearsals and practices after school. Meanwhile, concert season is like pretty much only in school just during band class except for like the concerts we have. It's pretty laid back after marching season. So it's going to be a Christmas concert. We have 3 pieces. We have like a piece that's like a combination of many different Christmas songs. We have Fantasia of the Bells, so that'll be cool.
My favorite part of concert season is like learning to play the music. It's like a process, but it's like fun because learning to play the music leads to you being good at playing the music, and when you're good at it, it feels better than when you're bad at it.
So one thing that's actually really cool about the band concert this year is that we're actually going to be back on stage after, the whole pandemic and everything, social distancing. We had to actually sit in the auditorium seats spaced out like across the entire Performing Arts Center, which was just insane to think that we were doing that just this past spring. But now we're getting the chance to go back on stage, which I think was really cool.
That's all we have for you today. Back to you in the studio.
That's all the news we have for you this week. Thanks for watching SHS Today.
Have a great week, Salem. And happy birthday, Mom.